So as I mentioned in the last video, I am heading back to school in the next few days, and I wanted to make another video from the first topic. So in today's video, I'll be doing the funniest test answers part 5. It amazes me that there's still so many on the internet, and I'm just amazed at these creative answers. So, let's see some more of them. Okay, here's the first one. What's one thing you do well? Your mom. Savage. As you'll know in my funniest detention slips, a kid named Jeff got detention for that exact remark. And clearly, this is not what they meant by doing, more like, what's something you're good at? We all can think of at least one thing that we're all good at, right? I know I can. So this one wants us to correct the error in the sentence. The girl were extraordinarily intelligent. Okay, simple enough. This is go one of two ways. And the student wrote, the boy were extremely intelligent. Seriously?
Oh, waiter, excuse me. May I get a side of sexism, please?
No! Dang, man, this kid is going to be giving the wrong impression. If that's not the impression he wants to give. So basically, it's a single noun girl, and after that is were, but were is for use for plural nouns. So the correct sentence would be either the girl was extraordinarily intelligent, or the girls were extraordinarily intelligent. And the kid wrote down extremely. The word is extraordinarily. So no, the boy were not extremely intelligent in this case. Okay, so for this one, we're just spelling out words. As we can see for the words on top, we're just figuring out what the last letter is. So this is about spelling. Bonus. Draw a picture of an item that begins and ends with B. Write the word. Hint. It is a thing babies use. And this kid wrote boob? Really? So this kid clearly has boobs on their mind. I mean, it is a thing that babies use. I mean, when you see a mother breastfeeding. But it's something that not only babies use. You know who you are. I'm pretty sure that the answer this teacher was looking for was bib, okay? You know how you see a baby wearing a bib when they're eating so it doesn't get all over their clothes? I think that's what the teacher meant. Okay, so the letters and the numbers seem like it's a math problem. And at the bottom it shows that you're using the numbers for the answer you come up with to solve a riddle. I remember those days. I would get some sheets of math paper and it would have a riddle, and I had to solve all the problems before I could find out the answer and use the letters to figure it out. So, what belongs to you but is used by your friends more than you? And they wrote, your mama. Seriously, we're doing this again? Is this kid trying to be punished, or are they just trying to be clever? Hang on, I'm looking at this. For the letter options, I only see one M and one N. I've heard this riddle before, okay? The answer that the teacher was looking for is your name. You know, like, your name is yours, but your friends use it more because they're calling you by your name. So I think this kid's trying to start something. So for this one, we have 3 pennies, a quarter, and a nickel, okay? Jamar wants to count the total value of these coins. He starts counting with the quarter. Why would Jamar want to start counting with a quarter? Explain why. And they wrote, because the quarter is bigger than the penis. Okay, so this is going to be of a sexual theme today, huh? Wait, hold on, I'm seeing a few errors here. Oh! So they were trying to say because the quarter is bigger than the pennies. It's safe to say that spelling is not this kid's strong suit. Write a number sentence starting with the quarter that represents the total value of coins. And they wrote 2 plus 1 plus 2 equals 5. They wanted the value of the coins, not how many coins there are. So let's do this ourselves. So we have 1 quarter, that's worth 25 cents. Then we have 1 nickel, that's worth 5 cents. Then we have 3 pennies, they're each worth 1 cent. 25 plus 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33, so the value of all the coins together is 33 cents. So for this one, they're supposed to write down the date, and the kid wrote, "Yes, please." You silly, they want you to write down what today's date is. I think it seems that this kid wants to go on a date with the teacher. And the teacher even circled it and wrote, "Wow." No, way to go, teacher, for trying to avoid being inappropriate. Jesse earned $1,256.89. Taxes equal to 17% were taken out of his earnings. Jesse wants to figure out quickly and accurately the amount of the taxes. Which of the following computational tools should he use? Calculator, estimation, mental computation, or paper and pencil? And this kid wrote, "An Asian? Dang, man, that was racist." I know there's a stereotype suggesting that all Asians are good at math, but I prefer to look at everybody individually, but rather as a group, which I think is a major issue in the perception of some of today's Americans. Let this be a lesson for you. Look at everybody individually, not as a group. Because, as they say, no two snowflakes are alike. That's just a saying used to get the message across. So Jesse wants to figure out accurately and quickly how much of the taxes were. So both are important when making this answer. Estimation is a good guess, but there always is the expense of going over or under, so your estimation will never be 100% accurate. C and D look promising, but that might take a little bit of time, and there's always the possibility of miscalculating. So the best answer for this question is A, calculator. Write sentences that top these exaggerations. First one says, "I'm so hungry I could eat 5 hamburgers." And this kid wrote, "I'm so hungry I could eat Saturn." Yep, definitely an over-exaggeration. Saturn is bigger than the Earth after all. The next one is, "I've got so many clothes on I feel as big as a whale." And they wrote, "I've got so many clothes on I feel like your mom." What is with all these kids and the yo mama jokes? Do all of these kids go to the same school? So this kid was just clearly trying to be funny. I think a better exaggeration that could go out the first one would be, "I've got so many clothes on I feel as big as Saturn." Just a simple answer in my opinion. So for this one, we're going over similar sounding words, okay? The first one is but. They wrote, "But I didn't do it." And there's a phase there saying but. And the next one says, "But this is my butt." Okay, this kid seems a little obsessed with butts. The teacher wrote, "We did not have this on the board. I said we would not do this word." So the kid wasn't allowed to use but. The one with 2 T's. But if the teacher said that they're not going to use this word, I guess the student is going to lose points. However, the student did use 2 words that sound similar, so I guess that was the objective of this assignment. Mel sees a raft, a boat, and a ship on the water. They're all carrying people. Which holds the least? And this kid wrote, "Fart? That wasn't even an option." Okay, if you don't know by now, I imagine most of you do, rafts, boats, and ships are solid. They're made out of solid objects. And a fart is a gas, so that's impossible. And let's just look at the pictures for a moment. The raft seems smaller than the boat, and they both seem smaller than the ship. So considering that the raft appears the smallest, I think it would hold the least people. So the answer is raft. Maybe I'm being too hard. I mean, for all I know, this kid could just be dyslexic and confuse the F and the R. If that's the case, then that makes sense. And that was Funniest Test Answers Part 5. Oh my god. I think I was noticing a risky theme in this video. If this is to prepare me for seeing kids like this when I'm in the actual classroom, then point taken. But like before, it always amazes me that these kids can be very creative with their answers, and this should be a lesson for students and teachers. Students, you should write down the answer that the teacher would want you to write down. If you're going to be creative, then I get the humor, but you might just lose points. And teachers, if you're making these tests, you have to be very specific on the wording. Otherwise, you might find stupid answers like this. But that's going to do it for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. So farewell, see you all in the next video, and wish me good luck going back to school.